discussing sentences and writing sentences, making sure they're complete. Okay, you're in second grade now, so it's more in depth when you're writing a sentence. It's not just gonna be 2, 3, 4 little words. You gotta add more detail and everything to our sentences. So, what do we know so far about sentences?
That they need to be complete.
Complete.
That the beginning has to be capitalized just like proper noun and other names.
Okay.
There
Good.
needs to be an order.
Order.
There needs to be a punctuation at the end.
Punctuations.
Has to make sense.
And it gotta make sense. All of those are great, great ideas. So, this week, we're gonna be discussing that. You're gonna be using your frame sheets, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass out your frame worksheet. And when you're finished, put your name on top. When we're finished with these worksheets, you can put them in your folder, and you can use them as a review for future references, or you can use them to study for a test. All right. So we're gonna work together on this sheet. So your sheet is gonna look exactly like my sheet. So when we're finished, what I have on my sheet, you should have on your sheet. Okay. And I need y'all to participate with me. So participate. I need full discussion from everybody in the group. All right. Okay. So we're talking about sentences. So our key topic for this week, sentences. And we already discussed what you said about what you knew already about sentences. And why do you think it's important for us to do our framework when we're talking about sentences? We already said we want to have capitals. We want to make sure there's the right order, punctuation. Anything else you want to add?
Sentences are always gonna make sense.
Gonna make sense. Do you know that sentences are actually conversations? You know how you and I talk?
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry I took you. Go. Tell me what you're gonna say.
You took it.
Tell me in your own words.
That sentences
Be careful with the pencil.
sentences are what you say and do.
Yeah, it's just conversation pieces. Paige, what you want to add?
You can use spelling because you
We forgot
can
about the
use
spelling piece. Yes. So this is what we're gonna do. Our sentences is gonna. This week's topic is gonna be about editing, writing. Because you've been writing sentences since kindergarten. Now I need you to go back and we're going to check and edit our writing to form complete, just like Jude said, complete sentences. Here we go. Write that. So right here where it says is about, it's about editing our writing. Editing writing to form complete sentences. Jude, what do you need?
What is editing?
Good question. Editing is going back, making those corrections. If we got errors, something is not quite right in our sentence, then we need to go back and check. And you're going to hear us a lot say, okay, you write one sentence, stop, go back and check. So once we talk about the main ideas and we talk about the essential details and what's important, then you're going to understand when we say, hey, stop, go back and edit and check. So we have 4 main ideas, 4 main components that I want you to remember when you are writing your sentences and when you are going to be editing your sentences, checking it for those errors. Okay? All right. So, because I have 4 different colors, I'm going to use 4 different colors. So, you're going to hear Miss Martin and I say a lot, calling the cops. Call the cops. How do you spell cops?
C-O-P-S.
C, what was it?
O. P.
P,
S.
and S. Now, I'm not talking about calling the real cops. We're talking about calling the cops of writing, the cops of editing. And I'm going to tell you right now, your C stands for capitals. Everybody echo. Capitals.
Capitals.
What do you mean? What do I mean when I say capitals?
Uppercase letters.
Uppercase letters. Uppercase letters. Everybody echo. Order.
Order.
Do you understand what I mean when I say order? Jude.
Does it mean order up?
It does mean order up. Your sentence has to be ordered up in the right way. We can't have words just thrown in a sentence and it don't make sense. So, in order, it means your words in your sentence have to be in the right order in order for it to what? Make sense.
I meant like the very
Not that order.
Order up.
Not that order. This is making sure everything is in order. But you know how you go get your food and you order and you in the right order? You don't want somebody that's like way behind you get your food before you do. It has to be in the right order. So just think, right order. P. What could P stand for in a sentence? Punctuation. So, everybody echo. Punctuation.
Punctuation.
And the last is S. Can anybody think about what S could stand for?
Spelling.
Spelling. Because we talked about spelling. So, everybody echo spelling.
Spelling.
Alright. So that is what our acronym COP stands for. Echo, capitals,
Capitals.
order,
Order.
punctuation.
Punctuation.
Spelling.
Spelling.
So we're here under capitals. Our essential details under capitals. What do we need to know about a sentence and capitals?
They always, when you have a capital, it always needs, if you have a proper noun, it needs to be capital.
Okay, so proper
Noun.
nouns. Proper nouns need to be capital. Do we know what we talk about when we talk about proper nouns?
They're like a person, place, or a thing.
A person, a place, or an important event or
Person, place,
thing.
and animal,
Okay.
which is a thing.
If it's the name of the animal, yeah. Animal's name. What else do we know about capitals with a sentence?
The first word always has to be capital.
Okay, so begin sentence. So at the beginning of your sentence, do you need a capital letter? At the very beginning of your sentence, the first letter in your sentence needs to be what? Capital. That is how all sentences need to start. So we got proper nouns, a person, place, or thing. You have the beginning of your sentence. Anything else need to be capital in a sentence? What else? That's your proper noun. It's one word. One word. It's a word that we use. Could be a letter, could be a word. I. Guys, this is very important. Whenever. Now, I could be anywhere in the sentence. But if I is by itself, it needs to be what? Capital.
And
A can be lowercase anywhere in the sentence. But that letter I by itself, that word I, needs to be capital. So
Like
we're
the
going to
name.
put I by itself. So when I by itself, when I is by itself, it needs to be capital. Now what if I have a sentence and I'm saying, yesterday I went to the store with Jude. Jude is at the end of the sentence. He's not at the beginning of my sentence. But does he still need to be capital?
True. Yes.
Why?
Because it's a proper noun.
It's a name. It's a proper name. So, no matter where a proper noun is, it needs to be capital. So proper nouns Anywhere. So wherever you have a proper noun, I don't care if it's at the beginning, the middle, or the end, it needs to be what?
Capitalized.
Ooh, I like the capitalized, big word. All right, you need a new pencil. Here you go. All right, now we're going to order. Someone said it had to make sense. Who said the sentence has to make sense? I think you two guys did, right?
Yeah.
So, perfect. Your first question, you're going to ask yourself, does the sentence make sense? That's what you're going to ask yourself. How can you tell if the sentence makes sense? What's one way to check if the sentence makes sense?
Read it.
Read it. How about this one? This is what I want you to do. Look, you write a sentence, you stop. The period, the punctuation means to do what? Stop. You write a sentence, stop. Can you go back and touch and read?
Yep.
Is that the best way you can go back and check and make sure that sentence is in the right order and it makes sense?
Yeah.
So we're going to touch,
Touch and read.
touch, and read. Because we don't want a crazy sentence. The boy sad is ran. We don't want words all over the place.
Ran.
We want the boy ran, or it's, the boy is
The boy
sad.
ran when he was sad.
Yeah. We don't want the boy sad when he. We want it in the right order, right? Okay.
Now you people.
Now, when we have a sentence, usually we begin the sentence with what? A what? Proper noun. And the next thing is usually the what?
Capital.
So how about this? Sophia walked down the hall. So I had Sophia is my proper noun,
And
or
the
my
last name.
subject. My subject. What did she do?
Walk
Walked where?
down the hall.
So you have your different parts of your sentences. So you have your subject. Who was my subject?
Sophia.
Sophia. What did she do?
Walk down the hall.
So walk is an action. Everybody echo action.
Action.
A-C-T-I-O-N. And then, where did she go? Where did she go?
The hall.
Down the hall. That is a complete thought. So when you're writing your sentences, these are your main components. Complete thought. Who or what? Sophia. What did she do? Action. Walked.
Down the hall.
Where did she go? What's the thought?
The hall.
Down the hall. Down the hall. So you have your subject, your action, and a complete thought.
That must be really
And you know what else will help your teachers out when they're trying to read your sentence? What do you think?
Right neater.
Neat is one good thing. Neat. I like that.
Neat.
So, neat and something else. I'm going to put a line for and. You have your first grade teachers ever say, make sure you space. So, neat
I'm spacing.
and spacing. Because you don't want all of your words jumbled together to look like one big word. You have to have space between your words. All right, we're getting to the end of our sentence, aren't we?
Yep.
What did I tell you P stood for?
Punctuation.
Punctuation. So, can you tell me where does the punctuation go?
At the end.
At the end. At the end. Is this how we're going to know that you finished with that sentence?
Yep.
With your punctuation? If you don't have a punctuation, we're going to think you're still reading and still talking, right? But that punctuation tells you what? To
Stop.
stop
Or pause.
or pause. So it's going to be at the end. Can you give me some punctuations?
Okay.
I haven't heard from you, Paige. Give me some punctuations. A period. Give me another one, Merville.
Exclamation mark.
Ooh, exclamation.
Ah.
Lily. You need help?
Yeah.
All right, help her out. So,
Comma.
a comma is one. We could use comma. I need one more punctuation at the end of a sentence.
Question mark.
Question. Question.
I don't have enough room for question. You spelled comma wrong.
C-O-M-A?
That's C-O-M-M-A.
It's an M. Ooh, thank you.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Look,
It was up.
I put comma, my bad. Question mark. So guys, you have your period. And you know what I'm going to do though? Because we're talking about the end of a sentence, the comma is actually a punctuation, but we're talking about the end of a sentence to stop our sentence. We're going to discuss the period, exclamation, and question mark. Okay?
I can't.
Q-U-E-S.
I can't.
Which word?
Exclamation. Question.
You ready? Period. Echo.
P.
P-E-R-I-O-D.
D.
Echo. Exclamation.
Exclamation.
E-X-C-L-A-M-A-T-I-O-N. Ready? Question. And I see Mervell is using his resources. You're looking up here. Question. Ready? Q. U. E. S. T. I. O. N. All righty. Now, are we just going to throw periods, question marks, and exclamation marks? You're good. Are we going to just throw periods, exclamation marks, and question marks anywhere in a sentence?
No.
When do we know to use these punctuations?
At the end.
We know at the end, but think about it. All right, listen to this sentence. Listen to this sentence. Listen. I went to the store. What am I going to use? A period, an exclamation, or a question?
A period.
A period, because I'm just making a what? Statement. Listen to this sentence. What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
What time is it? I have a watch, thank you very much. What time is it? Am I going to stick a period there?
Nope.
What am I going to put there?
A question mark.
A question mark, because I'm asking a question. So we have a statement, and you already know how to spell question, because we put up here for question mark. Listen to this sentence. It's snowing outside. What am I going to use, Jude?
Exclamation.
Why am I going to use exclamation mark?
Because it's exciting.
Excitement.
Excitement.
So, here we go. Excitement. Excitement. That's why you need to go back and what? Touch and read. Because when you're writing your sentence, the reader doesn't know what you're trying to express. You know? The reader doesn't know. The reader is reading your sentences, so you got to have the right punctuation. You got to make sure it's in the right order. You got the proper nouns, beginning your sentence with a capital. All of these things are important for the reader. Okay? Now, one more thing. To help us with our punctuation, we know about the excitement, but hey, what are some question words? What are some good ways you know to use the question mark? Give me some question words. Help me out.
What?
All right, give me one. What? Give me another one. Sophia.
A when.
When. Give me another one, Lily.
Will.
Will. I like that one. Paige, can you help her out?
How.
How. These are all good question words. Marvell.
One more. What?
What? We didn't know. We got what? What, when, will, how, why. I got room for one, maybe one more. June, give me one.
Were.
Were?
Yeah, were.
Okay. We can use were. Those are all some examples of some question words. We always say who, what, when, where, why, how, but you have several more. Does, may, should, can, did, do, are, whose,
Is.
have,
Can.
is, question, more question words.
Can.
These are your excitement words. Wow, stop, yikes, help, yes, woo. Some excitement words. And then when you just want to just say a blank statement, hey, Lily has on blue jeans today or blue black boots today. It's just a statement. We're just going to use a period. So, our last main idea.
Spelling.
How important is spelling?
Oh, very.
Because if you don't spell these words right and you don't use your resources, are we going to know what you're talking about in your sentences?
No, I'm just going to flip out and be like, what?
They're not going to understand what you're trying to write about.
They're going to
So,
be like,
what do you need to check for spelling?
you need to,
Make sure your words are what?
I'll try your best.
Spelled correctly. Miss Brown don't know how to spell correctly. So it'll be Rectly.
Rectly.
Mm-hmm.
Then why do you say LL?
That's a Tly.
What? Wait. Correctly.
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 Thank you, Lily.
Thank you. You can read that easily.
I know.
All
right. Our next detail. We got to spell our words correctly. Where do you go for our trick words?
The word
On the